So you feeling stuck, you really can't move your mindset, you're having a difficult time? Well, in this video, I want to talk to you about 4 ways that you can actually work on transforming your mindset. Coming up. Hey there, it's Billy with Keep on Cashflow. I'm back once again to help share tips and strategies with you that are going to help you to go out and make more money. They're going to also help you to have more control over your free time and ultimately live with less stress. So if it's your first time here, why don't you do yourself a favor and go ahead and subscribe to the channel. You'll want to make sure that you also stick around to the very end, because you're going to get a chance to share your comments and also check out any of the cool links that we have in the video below. But as for today, I kind of want to come back to this whole thing because I keep finding that it's difficult for you to be able to change or transform your mindset. And I want to share a couple of things with you, 4 things specifically that I think we're going to help you a lot so that you can actually get on track, specifically to going out there and being able to make more money or having more control over your free time and ultimately living with less stress, right? But a lot of it, many of the things that hold us back really starts between our ears, and it's being able to change our mindset. I was recently, and I think I told you before, I went back to the States. I went to a real estate investment seminar, and one of the things that we talked about in the seminar was mindset. And so while I was out and having some coffee and talking to people, we got into a couple of different discussions, and it made me sit down and think, wow, you know what? I want to share this with my tribe. I want to come back and share this with you. And so that's exactly what that we're going to do today. And I think a lot about where I come from, right? I'm a guy who comes from a middle-class family, and probably a lot like you. You've heard these things. I mean, I always grew up and, my parents, neither one of them had a chance to go to or finish college. And they always told me, Billy, make sure that you go out and you study real hard and that you get really good grades and that you go out and get a job, right? And you go out and you get a great paying job, get the good job, work the hours, climb the corporate ladder, and do all those things. And when you have, or if you have money, is where I grew up, and you have any extra money, make sure that you put it in the bank and you save that money. Save the maximum amount you can. And then when you can, go out and buy a house, right? I mean, I always grew up renting, where my parents always rented, and that whole thing for them was buy a house. That's gonna be your biggest investment that you're ever gonna make. And don't forget, that if you have any extra money when you invest, make sure you invest in a diversified portfolio of stock, right? And so if any of that stuff resonates with you, I want to help you also to kind of recognize that that's where you were, but also help you move and elevate the thinking so that you can ultimately change and transform your mindset, right? And the first thing is something that I took away from a Robert Kiyosaki's book, 2 of them, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and also the Cashflow Quadrant. But it's also thinking about the way that we are earning, or the way that you're earning money, right? A lot of times, and he breaks the world down into kind of 4 different ways that you can earn money. He talks about the employee and the sole proprietor, who are on the left side, or constantly trading time for money. And then he talks about the business owner, or the person that controls and owns a system, as well as the investor. And they're really understanding, how do they make sure that their money always brings back more money? So first of all, the thing is that in your mindset is really think about, how is it that you're earning money? Because when you earn money in the right way, maybe you can create less, but actually bring home more and put it in your pocket, right? So think about that. First of all, is how are you earning money? Is it something that's earned income? Is it portfolio income? Or is it passive income? And I know I've talked about that in other videos. The other thing is, and this has been kind of brought home to me recently, another way that you can transform your mindset is, as you are, specifically if you're like me and you're in the multinational as well. I happen to love my job, right, that I'm doing. But one of the things that I've also realized is it's really important to make sure that when you are creating a plan B, that you're focused on working in something that you absolutely are passionate about. Because you're going to be spending a lot of time, and whether that's in your day job, if you're fortunate like me, you're passionate about it, you go in, you like it, you're well recognized and well compensated, then that may be what you want to do. But do something that you're actually really passionate about, because ultimately you're going to be spending a lot of time and a lot of energy there. And when you do that, it will allow you to work on something forever. And actually, this whole notion of retirement kind of goes away, because just like me, I think I'm going to be working on especially the real estate and building business and building teams for the rest of my life, because it's something that I really, really love. So that's what I would recommend to you, at least. And if you're going to a job that you may not like, then then in the evenings, rather than watching TV or playing video games or going out to have a drink with the friends all the time, spend some time doing something that you actually love, deepening your knowledge, and you can go out and ultimately help other people. But you'll be passionate about that, and that will help you, so it won't feel like work. The other thing is, when you're investing, and this is a mindset, is invest in assets that are creating cash flow, right? Creating cash flow, like consistent cash flow. And that can be paid out whenever it's paid out, but you're investing in things that are not capital gains, meaning that you buy low and you hope that it increases and you sell high, or you do the opposite with some sophisticated kind of financial vehicles. But invest in things that are going to produce cash, because if they're producing cash, then you can use that money constantly. And when you have more money, it will give you some freedom to be able to do more of the things that you want to do, and ultimately live with less stress. This all comes back full circle. And then lastly, the fourth thing is really about, and this is something that I've consistently worked on, because it may even be tied back to kind of the middle class mindset, which I grew up, and you probably did too. It's having this abundance mindset, and it's really about saying, well, if you know things, share it with other people. If you have time, share it with other people. If you are able to help financially with someone, well, help someone else, right? And it doesn't mean don't get taken advantage of, but go out and actually help others where you can. This abundance mindset is something, the more and more that I give of my time, of my energy, of my finances, I realize that it comes back so much more. And it's just, as long as you're doing more and more and more of that activity in terms of sharing of this abundance mindset, and it may not be easy, you may not get it right overnight, because there's probably 30, 40 years of being taught something completely opposite. If you have knowledge, keep it for yourself. Don't share it with other people. No, I want you to get away from that, because I want you to be able to ultimately transform your mindset. So, yeah, I mean, that's really it. I wanted to share those four things with you, because I think they're going to be helpful. Number one is kind of thinking about how you're, when you're thinking about changing your mindset, it's part of also how are you earning some of your income, because that can help, going from looking from just working in a business to potentially investing in other things, working on things that you're actually really passionate about. And if that's not during the day, then find time outside of your job where you can work on something that you're passionate about. It'll help you get more drive and motivation. Invest in things that are creating cash flow. And then ultimately working on creating that abundance mindset, which is, if you have something you can share with others, then share it with others, rather than trying to keep it for yourself. And one of the things, I guess, I also too, by being able to live in Europe and invest back in the United States, it's helped me a lot. In terms of not only being able to make more money and have more control over my free time, it's also helped me to live with less stress, and being able to come here and talk to you about the things that I talk about. And a lot of you have asked me, how do you do it? And so I want to make it really available to you as well. I've written an ebook. You can pick that up. If you want to go and pick that up, you can do so at keeponcashflow.com/roadmap. It's a free ebook. You can pick it up there and find out exactly how I have done what I have been doing. So, and I'd love to get your comments on this transformation of mindset and or the ebook that you pick up. So go ahead and leave your comments below. I'd love to hear what they're all about, and I will look forward to being in touch with you very, very soon. So this is Billy Keels. This is my 2 cents for today. And as always, hasta la próxima.